Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer.
Hey up, it's Steve, that old Yorkshire geek, and I've just woke up, even though it's like middle of the day now, but I woke up earlier on, to the news that maybe, again, it's all rumour again, that Kathleen Kennedy may be leaving Lucasfilm, leaving her position as president of Lucasfilm, at the end of this year. But we've heard all that before, haven't we, as we just seen in that wonderful little video from Az, Heel vs Babyface, and Perry Chan. Her employment status is queer. As in, we don't know what's going on, do we? Anyway, so this has been reported. It's from Matthew Baloney at Puck, but I'm reading a article from The Hollywood Reporter. By the way, I'm that early. For me, I'm still having my porridge. I love porridge. It's amazing stuff. Anyway, right, so let's have a read of this article. Here it is. From The Hollywood Reporter. Aaron, whatever. Couch. Sorry, not Crouch. Sorry. Oatmeal. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Anyway. Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy expected to retire this year. The prolific producer has has run the Star Wars and Indiana Jones franchises into the ground, or whatever, through ups and downs since 2012. And there she is. She's there as well. I farted. That's as close to giving a shit as you're going to get. There we go. That's pretty much how I feel. Anyway, after more than a decade in the galaxy far, far away, drinking game. I haven't got a drink. I can't have any more oatmeal, else I'll be spitting it at the screen. Kathleen Kennedy is charting a course toward retirement. The Lucasfilm boss has told associates she plans to retire by the end of 2025. Puck reported Monday night. Reps for Kennedy and Lucasfilm were not immediately available for comment, so that's instantly makes you think they'd have said something, wouldn't they? If it were true. We'll see, won't we? Kennedy joined Lucasfilm in 2012 as co-chair, alongside Star Wars creator George Lucas, and a few months later took the reins after Disney paid $4 billion for the company and Lucas exited. I still maintain she was behind it. I'm probably wrong, but it's just my conspiracy theories hairs at the back of my neck tingled. It's weird, isn't it? As soon as she took over, Disney bought Lucasfilm. I think it was a hostile takeover, but anyway, whatever. She relaunched the franchise, beginning with J.J. Abrams' Star Wars The Force Awakens 2015, which grossed more than $2 billion globally, which I still like The Force Awakens, even though I know it's just a new hope, and it's all gloss and no substance, but I still enjoy the film. Anyway, and reinvigorated the property as a big screen brand. Disney released a Star Wars film every year from 2015 to 2019, and then took a pause. We had Rogue One in 2016, The Last Jedi in 2017, Solo in 2018, and The Rise of Palpatine in 2019. And then took a pause following Star Wars The Rise of Palpatine, which received a mixed response. That's putting it mildly, isn't it? And earned just half of what Force Awakens had brought in just a few years earlier. Do you know why? Because it was crap. It was. So was the Force... see, Freudian slip. And so was Last Jedi. That was crap as well. That was the crappiest. Rise of Skywalker at least had some entertainment value because it was just so ludicrous. It was funny. It's a film that is so bad, it's kind of fun to watch, is The Rise of Palpatine. It's one of those going to be up there in years to come with Plan 9 from Outer Space. A film that's so bad. I'm not going to say so bad it's good. So bad it's fun to watch. Because it's just that mental. Anyway. As Lucasfilm boss Kennedy held one of the most visible and scrutinised jobs in Hollywood. She still does hold it. She hasn't gone yet. And it was not always smooth sailing. She fired Chris Lord and Phil Miller as directors of Solo, a Star Wars story, in the middle of production. In the middle. It was nearly over. The stories, it was something like 80 or 90% shot. And then she got rid of them and got Ron Howard in, and they essentially made the whole film over again, which ballooned its budget to like well over $300 million. So it ended up losing money. Oh, there we go. The film went on to be the first Star Wars movie to lose money theatrically, because she's a terrible studio head. She is. She only fired them because Lawrence Kasdan, there we go, he kicked off because he found out that they were allowing the actors to go off script, because Chris Lord and Phil Miller enjoy letting their actors do some ad-libbing and all that stuff. But he didn't like that, so he went, "Oh, Kathy, we don't like what they're doing." And so she fired him because she's stupid. Anyway, she also sidelined Rogue One, a Star Wars story director, Gareth Edwards, replacing him with Tony Gilroy, who was brought in to oversee reshoots. Again, they say that the story is, I don't know if it's true, that Tony Gilroy did close to half of that film. I don't know if it's true or not. They've kind of said it's not true, including the ending, including the Darth Vader hallway scene, which everybody loves. It's fine. But I love Rogue One. For a while, it was my favourite Star Wars film because it is a war film, and I think it's really good, apart from the Borg Gullet scene, which I hated. But if it wasn't for that, that would probably be my favourite Star Wars film, but that brings it down. The original Star Wars film from 1977 is my favourite. What I forgot what I was saying now. Oh, yes, and they reshaped it, didn't they? Because there were things that were in the trailer that weren't in the film, because they redid quite a big percentage of Rogue One. So again, but anyway, that film made money. The film became a $1 billion hit. Other projects, but we don't know though, do we? Because we never know what the real budgets for these films are. I mean, it's turned out that Rise of Palpatine was something like close to $500 million production budget. So technically that probably lost money. But they're saying it didn't, because that made over $1 billion, didn't it? But did it recoup its budget and its marketing and all that stuff? I wouldn't be surprised if we found out it lost money. Anyway, other projects were promised that never materialised, such as Rian Johnson's trilogy. I think he thinks that's still going to happen. And another one overseen by Game of Thrones showrunners D.B. Benioff and David Weiss. Famously, they rushed the final season of Game of Thrones because they wanted to get on with their Star Wars project, didn't they? And then that all went to pot. So you could say Kathleen Kennedy ruined Game of Thrones as well, but some people argue that Game of Thrones were ruined when they didn't have any more books to follow. But anyway. Daisy Ridley's upcoming return to Star Wars has been languishing in development since being announced to fanfare almost 2 years ago. Spelling mistake. 2 years ago. That sounds like a word from Game of Thrones, doesn't it? Anyway. But even as Star Wars struggled to return to the big screen, the franchise found new life on Disney Plus, with The Mandalorian launching in November 2019, along with the streaming service. It became, and that's really why Disney Plus has, hundreds of millions of subscribers, because of The Mandalorian. That's why I signed up to it. It became a breakout hit, spawning multiple spin-offs, including the critically acclaimed Andor. What are you talking about? Andor is not a spin-off of The Mandalorian. Andor is a spin-off of Rogue One. It was a prequel to Rogue One. The Mandalorian spin-offs haven't been made. Oh, well, you could say that Ahsoka is a Mandalorian spin-off, even though that character was created before The Mandalorian, but never mind. But there was supposed to be Rangers of the New Republic, weren't there? But they fired Gina Carano, didn't they, for no reason, and that put the mockers on that, didn't it? Which returns for a second season in April, and there's just been a trailer for it, and that looks really, really good, as well as multiple shows that failed to hit the zeitgeist and sparked worries of diluting the Star Wars brand. Coming up, Lucasfilm has The Mandalorian and Grogu. Change the name of that film from director Jon Favreau, due out May 22nd, 2026, as the first big screen outing for the franchise since Rise of Palpatine. Kennedy's storied career includes work with Steven Spielberg, includes getting the coffees in for Steven Spielberg and having lots of terrible ideas and interrupting conversations, which frankly she still does. And husband Frank Marshall, with collaborations including Raiders of the Lost Ark, 81, E.T., 82, Gremlins, 84, Colour Purple, 85, The Goonies, 85, Empire of the Sun, 87, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, 80. There's loads. We know what she's done. And the Indiana Jones films, which should count, whatever. Which concluded with last year's Dial of Destiny, Dial of Density, which wasn't a good film, was it? In all, she has produced or executive produced more than 70 films and been nominated for 8 Oscars. Not personally, I don't think. It's a team effort, and I think she's just lucky that she's been around really, really talented people. She's not, in my opinion, a hands-on producer, if you know what I mean. She's a producer probably that makes a lot of phone calls and sorts out hotel rooms, that sort of a producer. I could be wrong, but I think that's what she does. Anyway, the news comes ahead of April's Star Wars celebration in Tokyo, where the future of the Star Wars franchise is expected to be unveiled. Oh, that it? Are we done there? So, has she gone? Is she leaving at the end of 2025? Is that what it says here? Yes, plans to retire. She plans to retire by the end of 2025. Is that true? Is Matthew baloney full of baloney? Who knows? We will see. And I'll play that clip again before we go. So, thanks for watching. Wherever you are, look after each other. And until next time, I'll say that. I'm going to eat my porridge now. I'll say that.
Has she gone or is she here? Kathleen Kennedy's employment status is queer.
That old Yorkshire geek with stories